Welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 254. It would help if my fingers were 254 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are here joined by your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are joined by Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Yes, he did the thing. You are joined by, oh my gosh, it's Josh.
Yo.
You're also joined by the one, the only, it's only Ollie bloody Miles of Ollie Miles Music, it?
All right, Bab.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Oh, there's a special reason for...
bloody Brummies, aren't I?
That's it, yeah. It's like a Brummy sandwich.
You're outnumbered.
In fact, it's more like a Brummy Mac, isn't it? Because you've got, like, 3 pieces of Brummy bread. But there's a very special there's a special reason for Ollie being on this week, and that is because he accompanied me to the Effexpo. I know that last week we said it would be Josh.
I was going to say, at least like give them the backstory.
Yeah, I mean we've got to go into the backstory. I mean, like Matt was already out of the question because he lives so far away, but both Matt and Josh have got the exact same excuse this week. So let's go for it, boys. What happened?
I'm positive
I'm also positive.
of COVID. Lots of HIV already.
Yes,
Well,
don't
actually-
make the joke.
Oh, full-blown
Technically,
AIDS.
as of today, I am negative again, but for an indeterminate amount of time, the LFTs don't tell you because I got symptoms way before I tested with the plus sign instead of the minus.
What? The plus? What?
Instead of I got 3 negative lateral flows with symptoms before I got a positive lateral flow. So I
Funny
think they're
enough,
faulty.
I was the same. I had done mine twice, and I was like, still saying negative. And then the next day I was positive, and I was like, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
I-
literally been nowhere since.
I was coughing and sneezing, so I did a test on either Monday night or Tuesday morning. It was fine, so I went into work. Kept going into work. Thursday morning, I was like, no, I'm feeling really rough, so I'm going to do another one. It was fine, so I went into work. Came home from work at lunchtime because I wasn't fine anymore. I was just like, I feel like death. And then on the Saturday, my missus comes in and goes, "Oh, I was just messaging so and so, and they've tested positive, so I've tested and I've got it." And I was like, "Oh, fine, I'll do another one." But I've done 2, and like nothing has. I still feel as rough as I did 5 days ago when I did my first one.
Yeah.
And then finally got the second line. I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So message working. I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, when I was in, I might have had COVID, even though I didn't. I was testing and it wasn't showing up as COVID. So
Yeah.
good luck with that, guys." Got
Yeah,
an instant response of I've just
All
tested
you
positive.
guys deal with that. That's your problem now.
Yeah.
An ish you, not an ish me.
Yeah.
Cue the gif of Austin Powers trying to reverse the thing in the
Yeah.
tunnel.
But yeah. So yeah, but as of about 4:00 this afternoon, I am testing negative again, so I can go out into society
Wait.
and wreak havoc.
I mean,
again.
that's not a bonus, is it? Being able to
You-
rejoin society.
No,
ready
but I
to
do have
come
a
out,
gig
Matt?
on Friday and on Saturday, so it would have been really inconvenient if I was.
That's it. You can't really work from home in that situation, can you?
I could sit in the car with a wireless system.
I mean, modern problems require modern
Or
solutions.
what they do is, if you've got a gig with, like, sometimes, like, instead of having, like, the banner behind, you've got, like, a projector, just got you on a Zoom call going, "Hold on, can you hear me?"
Yeah, like fucking 20 beats behind.
You could hire one of
Yeah,
those
next is one
like inflatable Zorb balls and just have you stood at the side of the stage.
I'd fly out just to see that.
That would be pretty fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
I would actually fly out to see that as well. to
Yeah,
be fair.
that'd be amazing.
All right, well that's the plan for next time I test positive.
There you
is
go.
Get myself a Zorb ball, or alternatively, you do the slip not hold, play behind a curtain.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
But
there's
obviously, instead of religious reasons, it's because I'm infectious rather than religious.
but aren't they one and the same?
I mean, I was going to say it, but decided not to. Then you did.
So how was the Effexpo?
Oh, Effexpo was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
I'm putting it out there saying best pedal based Effexpo I've been to all year.
Yeah, best show I've been to this year.
No, I'm gonna like it is. I think it trumped the Birmingham one, to be honest, and I really like the Birmingham show. But the one drawback of the Birmingham show is that by about 2 hours in, your head is throbbing and you don't know why, and that doesn't stop for the next 2 days. So there was none of that because it was all headphone based, which also fantastic. It meant that you could talk to the pedal manufacturers, like the pedal builders, and you weren't having to shout as if you were in like a busy train station. What?
What?
Transistor? What? No, it was much better. So you could have these like proper, meaningful conversations with the builders, whilst other people were like fully jamming out with their pedals.
Yeah, I can't remember who said it, but one of the guys we spoke to, I think, summed it up perfectly. It was like, it doesn't feel like a trade show like every other show.
Yeah.
It felt like a community because everyone cared.
Yeah.
Everyone gave a damn about, like you'd see like Stuart from Tate Effects. Like the amount of times you'd turn around, his stand was empty, and then you'd find him on the other side.
Yeah,
room, just checking out someone else's pedals. Like, that's
walking about
and
trying people's stuff.
It was almost like a craft show.
Yeah,
like than a trade show. It was a really cool atmosphere.
I think that was our chap from NRG, weren't it?
Maybe I honestly can't remember.
I'm going to give a real big shout out to NRG because they had the best setup. Like,
yes,
there were loads of people had like a guitar and headphones that you could play through. He had 3 sets of headphones hooked up to like this mixing desk kind of thing, so 3 different people could hear simultaneously what was going on. And he had a microphone that was hooked up to it, so that whilst you were playing, you could also hear him talking.
He could explain what the pedals were, because every other stand you were stood at, you would have to have like
you do
one
this
headphone off, so they could say, "Oh, well, this has got this kind of." And with him, it was like, "Oh no, you can actually play, and you can hear him tell you, and he'll like be playing with the pedal." So, "Oh yeah, you should check this out where it does this," and you can actually hear him saying what it is that he's doing.
Yeah. Like he said that he decided to do that because there's quite a few people at shows that are too shy to play in front of people, and even though it's still through headphones, you'd still get that. Oh, do you want to come over and try these pedals? And then go, no, I'm all right, thank you.
There was that. There was the guy. I can't. He did say his name. I can't remember what it was. We saw him a few times. Spoke to him for a bit when we first went over to NRG.
Yeah.
He stood. I played, and it was you and him both had headphones on as well.
Yeah.
And he couldn't play because he was left-handed.
Yes.
No left-handed guitar there.
Oh, the guy from Guitars and Gear, I think it is.
I don't know.
I'll find out. I've got him on Instagram.
Yeah, it was like he stood there listening because there was no left-handed guitar, so he couldn't try the pedals out himself. So he's listening to me play.
Turn it upside down and play it inverted like Hendrix did.
Like Eric Gales.
Alternatively, don't be left-handed.
Just be as good as Eric Gales. It's not that hard.
Gales,
come on.
Fine. What are you playing at?
Apart from there we go, gigs and guitar.
Cool.
Gigs and guitars. Give him a shout out because we saw him a few times.
Yeah.
An absolute dude. Yeah. So there was the whole kind of silent headphone setup was really cool. We did quite a few little interviews across the day, and we've released a few as of this point in time. By the time that this podcast is out, fingers crossed, they will all be out. So we've got interviews with Vein Tap pedals, we've got Ritual Devices, we've got Tate Effects. They're already out at this moment. We should have coming out Xander Effects, Emoji Effects. Fuck, who else? Ollie, who did we interview? Damn it. NRG. We interviewed NRG.
Yeah, we did
There's
NRG.
one more as well. Oh. Or is that?
Joe's pedal. Did we? No, we didn't interview
No,
Joe's
we
pedal,
didn't.
did
We didn't. We ran out of time, unfortunately. I think that's it. I think those are it.
Yeah, I don't think we interviewed the others. There were a couple of others. I think we just ran out of time.
We did.
Ritual Pedal should do a pedal based on the sound of Ghost, because they've got a song called Ritual, and it would be the perfect marketing opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard you like rituals, so you can ritual while you ritual and exhibit
Use a ritual pedal while
whilst
you
you
play Ritual.
yeah, exhibit whilst you pimp my ride. Like classic days of memes. I love those. So yeah, so we'll have a chat about a few of the stuff from those guys. So we started off with Vein Tap. I think was the first interview we did, and hands down,
yeah, they were the nicest guys.
hands down, just the chillest guys we met there. And
I feel like if we hadn't brought up the pedals, we probably could have stood and talked to them about everything else other than what they were there for.
Yeah, the two guys were absolute gents, weren't they? And
yeah,
like the one chap, the guy who run the company, agreed with me on strats, so instantly we became best friends, like like stepbrothers. We were instantly best friends.
no, they were really cool.
And the other chap had Adrian Smith Jackson.
Yes.
Which...
And you two had a little tug over Queen as well, didn't you?
So. We did. We had a little moment. We were trying to remember a Queen song that's got descending chromatic runs in it, because I was like, that is one of the best Queen songs. And then we all, like, all four of us were like searching through our phone.
Is it Bohemian Rhapsody?
No, it's not.
It's got descending chromatic runs in it.
No, it was Invisible Man. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was on Queen Greatest Hits Volume 2. And I was just like, that is, like, we're talking about how Brian May, you kind of sometimes underestimate him because he's not always showing off. You go, yeah, he was all right, but he's not the greatest guitarist.
Nah, fuck off.
And then he starts playing these chromatic runs. But it's because he's so understated. Like, some of the stuff that he plays is just... It's
so
exactly...
You're criticising him for being tasteful,
yeah,
or you're forgetting about him because he's tasteful.
But it's exactly that, like the fact that you overlook it because he's
not in your face.
Yeah, he does exactly what the song needs and nothing more, rather than like a bit like Dave Gilmour. You go, yeah, like he can play guitar, but he's not the most virtuosic. But then it's all like. It's all in place of the melody. It's all there just to support the song, and it's actually it's like a higher level of musicianship rather than here's my ego, watch me wank,
stroke my ego.
Yeah, I was gonna say those two are literally. If you ask me for like the best guitarists in terms of music, not in terms of their ability to play guitar, those would be the two I picked, because like they are perfect at fitting in the right place in the song, and for other bits they won't even bother playing the guitar. They'll just clap their hands, or they'll just fucking wait for the music to need them. Whereas there's a lot of guitarists out there, and the kind of guys that Lee loves, not John Petrucci. What's the guy with the handle in his guitar? Joe Satriani.
Oh, Vi.
Him and Vi, and they've just got to make noise all of the time, and it has to be all of the noise. And Yngwie Malmsteen is another one, and it's got to be all of the noise.
I love Yngwie.
I know you stand that blow.
I love Yngwie.
Those guys might be technically gifted, but they are not good musicians. They are good guitarists. They are horrific musicians. Music is about the space in between the notes, and those guys don't know what that means. They
listened to Passion and Warfare?
I don't know what that is.
That's Steve Vai's kind of iconic album, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there any space in it?
There is. No, there is.
No, it's to be fair, it's a fantastic album.
Okay. Maybe
fantastic is pushing it. Fantastic is pushing it.
Like,
it is an album.
Wouldn't get is one of those in a band deciding not to play until the last 18-bar outro because the guitar wasn't needed until then. Whereas you get Pink Floyd songs where like there's 6 minutes before Gilmour picks the guitar up even.
Those are normally my favourite 6 minutes of a Pink Floyd song, to be fair.
You get Queen songs as well. Like you'll start like Queen song. You've got like songs like "We Will Rock You" where there's no guitar until the last 30 seconds, and then you've got songs like "I Want It All," where it's just fucking
entirely
lead guitar
ripped.
smashed in your face, and then just pans down to
You want it all,
like a
you got it
proper
all.
song. Yeah, it's just they know how to write good music.
But it's like what we were saying. It's easy to forget about how good these guitarists are because it's not always in your face.
Because they're not in your face all of the time.
And like I brought up that song, I was like, this kind of really demonstrates the fact that Brian May can absolutely rip it a new asshole when he wants to, because he was doing these like descending 16th chromatic notes, and it's just a standard song. Again, it's one where the guitar doesn't feature massively prominently, and then they all have their moment to do a little bit of showing off, and he's like, Brian May, and it's just rip the fucking solo, and it's amazing. Just for like maybe like 12 bars. It's not even really long. It's just good. But yeah, like so the Vein Tap guys were absolutely excellent people, and we just had a blast talking to them.
Yeah, they were really cool.
And like the lineup of pedals, considering that I'd not heard of them before, they've got an absolutely massive lineup of pedals. Like one of the most comprehensive sets of pedals that were there, because there were like companies that had maybe like 6, 7, 8 pedals. These guys had like a full table of just all different pedals.
Yeah.
So there were a couple of repeats. So there were like a couple of takes on the tube scream, and there was an 808, and then there was a TS9 with clipping options, and there were like variations on fuzz faces with staff controls and all of this. So it's kind of like wetting your feet in the swimming pool of boutique.
Yeah, and there was a couple of points when we were talking to them as well. I don't think it was when we were doing the interview, but I think it was just like when we were generally just chatting to him. You could almost hear him. You could almost hear him thinking about the next revisions of the pedals.
Yeah. So
like he was saying stuff, and he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea. I might have to give that a go." And maybe you could almost hear him having like little epiphanies as you were talking about what he'd already got.
Yeah, the two most recent pedals kind of point towards the next evolution of the Vein Tap series, which was, so you had the Dark Arts phaser, which was like I think it was like a 5 knob phaser with like multiple different like waveform options for your phaser. Then there was like mixes and blends and all of this, and like different parameters for the phaser. So like a really in-depth get the phase tone you want. And then the what was it called? Dark Times Delay, which was like an analog.
To be fair, I like that delay. That was a cool delay.
Yeah, like in and of itself, it sounded pretty cool. It had like a little bit of a like a gritty lo-fi edge to it, but it was like an all analog delay, like a delay chip. And
the one that had the loop as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it had. So it has like an effects loop, so you can affect just the repeated notes. So all these pedals that you get like with these presets, like the flashback and stuff like that, where you've got like modulated, you've got like flanged repeats, you've got like bit crush repeats and stuff. This is like a boutique company that allows you to do that, but with whatever pedal you want. So you could like put your favorite
fuzz pedal on your repeats.
You could have a perfectly clean guitar but have distorted fuzzy repeats, which would be absolutely mental. But for someone, that is the sound that they want.
Yeah.
So it looks like that's going to be the future of Vein Tap stuff, is like really looking into these like infinitely craftable pedals.
I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next.
Yeah, me too.
They've got some really cool stuff coming.
Yeah, and the what's it called? The Saint Blues, their mini tube screamer sounded awesome. I really liked it. I think they voiced it really well.
Yeah.
But like my pick of that lot was the phaser, because I am a massive phase fan, and it did this like when I had a quick play about with it, it did like a whoa 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 kind of phase.
How did it go? Sorry.
You heard me, Mr. Miles. So that was Vein Tap. Ritual Devices, potentially the most beautiful pedals we had seen at the show. So the way that he set up his board was like from like standard pedals all the way through to mental crazy pedals. So you started off with like the Wainwright treble booster, which was like treble booster with a few different like cap options.
It was like, wasn't it like a really high gain treble boost, basically?
Yeah, like he used high gain, like a high gain transistor for it, but it had like your standard nasal EQ treble boost, and then you had like a full range one in case you didn't like the way that treble boosts make your tone honk. And then there was like a kind of blues dad overdrive. Then there was like a harmonic percolator fuzz. Then it went through to the what was it called? The Grimalkin.
Yeah, that's when it started getting really good.
Yeah, the Grimalkin. So that was the one with the octave up and octave down in it, weren't it? I think.
I honestly,
I'm gonna have to have a double check because I think so. There were two pedals that were absolutely mental. I'm gonna go through. I think the Grimalkin was the octave up, multi fuzz pedal. So basically, along, and he'll get offended if he hears me saying this, but like along the lines of the Blue Box, where you've got like a synthy style fuzz with the octaves as well, but it's refined in a way that doesn't make it sound shit like the Blue Box. Yes, I've said it, Lee. Damn it.
You've said the truth.
Yes.
And the truth will get you through.
So it's all analog. You've got
out there.
It's the voice control, isn't it, in the middle? Sorry, the Hell control, which basically all the way to the left, you've got like a standard sounding kind of synthy sounding fuzz. And then the more that you add with that, the more that you add these two octaves, you've got an upper octave and a lower octave that are both analog, basically fighting each other because they're trying to do the same thing, but they're like cancelling each other out. So you get this weird like glitchy between them.
Yeah, no, there was some. We played so many pedals that day. I struggle to remember exactly what was on what.
Yeah,
I remember having a lot of fun at that stand.
Yes, and the Evol was particularly notable. It's basically like the front end of a big muff, the arse end of a big muff, the middle section.
EQ.
Yeah, the middle section of the EQ it's got like a control for the mids, so you can add those back in. But it also runs the entire pedal through 8 clipping diodes. So to put that into context, usually like a Tube Screamer, I think, has got 3 clipping diodes. So you've got like 2 on the one side and 1 on the other. You're probably talking 4 is your maximum usually. He's pushing it through 8. So it's just
Is this to make sure that there's none of your original signal left, just in case any accidentally snuck its way through?
Just to make sure.
Yeah. And I think by that point in the pedal board, the man from Ritual Devices, who happened to be called Wub, he...
Great name.
Just fantastic. I think he probably invented dubstep. I'm not going to fact check it. I'm absolutely running with it.
Someone update Wikipedia now.
Yeah. So his whole like MO by that point is that your clean tone is bad and you should feel bad about it. So whatever you can do to not have that tone, it will do. And then we've got there was the vibrato kind of optical trem kind of thing, weren't there?
Yeah.
Can't remember what that was called, but then there's another one that's coming out soon,
which was probably my favorite modulation pedal that we played through because it just did everything and was kind of dirty at the same time.
Yeah, it's very much following that fuck your clean tone kind of thought process, wasn't it?
Yeah. What effect would you like to put on this? Yes.
Yeah, I would like to affect this signal.
Yes, I would like to put effect on this, please.
So I mean, it's usually stuff that I wouldn't necessarily be all that into, because being blues dad and wanting basically just tube screamers and occasionally a blues driver. But there's a certain sweet spot with like really fucked up fuzz that I sit and it just makes me smile. It reminds me of when I was like 15 and I'd just started playing guitar, and I'd whack up all of the gain on my like little shitty transistor amp, go on the bridge pickup and whack everything up to 10, and just be like, yes, this is the tone. And it reminds me
where all of the tones live.
Yeah, it reminds me of that, like a refined version of that. Like what my brain remembers my tone was like, not what my actual tone was like.
Those are two very different sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like ritual devices very much encapsulate the rose tinted memories of my guitar tone from back in the day.
Nice.
So right on, Wub, right on. And again, like absolutely, just massive gentleman, such a kind fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, good chap. We obviously we had to chat with Xander, Mr. Alex from Xander Effects.
Yeah.
He was, as you could believe, quite busy on that day, trying to run his own stand, run the desk as well with his wife, and like go around and make sure everyone was okay and everything was all sorted. So he was a man wearing lots of hats on that day.
Many hats.
Many hats.
Did you try and take one of the hats?
We didn't, but
No.
Ollie had a bit of an epiphany. Whilst
Yeah, I might have bought one of his pedals.
you did. So he had much like Wub's setup. He had like kindest pedal going all the way to filthiest.
Last one was a bass preamp.
Yeah, like bass preamp, filthiest fuck machine, basically. And it just went like dirtier and dirtier and dirtier.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Did you pick from the dirty end or the cleaner end?
I'd say I was about 2/3 up the dirty end.
Yeah. I mean that if that is not a podcast fucking title.
I mean, I couldn't not say it. Yeah, no, I bought was it called the Terra Firma?
It was the Terra Firma, yeah.
Which kind of reminded me of, I mean, it was into a Vox type preamp that was a little bit dirty anyway.
Yeah, it was kind of crunching already, wasn't it?
Yeah. It kind of gave me that slightly broken Queens of the Stone Age kind of vibe, but slightly more controlled and a bit more girth to it.
Yeah, it's like with the Xander stuff, you get ultimate control over all of the parameters.
Yeah.
So with that kind of, because the Queens of the Stone Age stuff is like old shitty PV practice amps being completely kicked in, isn't it?
Yeah, until they break.
And it's basically like allowing you to dial that into whatever amp you want.
But actually, in a controlled environment where you can actually make it sound good without loads of EQ, and something about it worked, and I really like the way the switching on his pedals work as well. I feel like you saw my mind unravel when he explained the switching to me because I loved it.
Yeah, I saw the kind of the glint in your eye, which was like, shit, man, this is something else. So you've got, with the switching, you've got two different options. It does momentary if you kind of stand on the switch, a bit like the Spark Mini, the TC Spark Mini. So you can stand on it for a momentary bypass, or you can do a quick switch for like latching. But then you've also got with most of the Xander drive pedals, you've got two modes.
Yeah, there's the second one. So the right foot switch is just the standard one, which just turns the pedal on, and then he's got it's called Blast. So you got the Blast foot switch, which works the same. So if you hold that down and you've got the pedal engaged, it will just switch to the Blast side, and then when you let go, it will go back, or you can latch it.
Yeah.
Essentially, if I've got this right from how he explained it, it essentially bypasses the gain knob and just assumes the gain set on 10. like that. Was it that Fender vaporizer we compared it to?
Yeah.
So it just bypasses the gain knob and sets it to 10, and there's just basically one knob, and that's the volume control. So it's almost like a boost volume, and your gain just gets a kick up the backside.
Not quite the vaporizer then, because the vaporizer bypassed everything. And just
but it was
everything
under that
to 10.
same thing. It was like, oh, this control, you don't need that anymore.
The
weird thing about the vaporizer though was one of the controls on the vaporizer was reverb, which meant if you click the button, the reverb went to 10 as well as the volume and the tone. And I tried it once with my vaporizer, and I didn't get when you'd ever want all of the
gain and all of the reverb
and all of the reverb at the same time.
Mate.
There was something like hitting that. So I think I had it set on the Terra Firma when we were messing around with that. I think I had the gain set to basically off in the standard setting.
Yeah.
And it was quite happily riffing away. And then you hit that blast switch and start playing lead. And it was like, yeah, this is cool. And then I went back and bought one.
Yeah, so like we went through and you went, yeah, that was my favourite pedal of the show already.
And
I was like, cool. Like we'll go around, we'll do some more stuff. We'll have a look around and see what's going on. And then
like, no, I'm just going back there.
yeah. We were at the end of the day, we were recording the interviews, and Ollie was like, "Can we go up to Xander?" I was like, "Yeah, we'll do the interview with Xander." He's like, "No, I want to buy it. I want to buy the pedal."
Yeah, I need to buy that pedal.
I was like, "We'll do both."
To be fair, he did nice. Like he gave me a bit of money off as well.
Yeah. I think there was like he was doing a few like show discounts, weren't he? So
yeah, I got a show discount.
So that was all good. I got to try the cafetiere as well, which again was a harmonic percolator style fuzz,
which seems to be a trend at the moment. That's everyone seems to be doing one of those.
Yeah, I mean the guitar nerds used to talk about that. There was a little wave of those back in about 2010, I think, something along those lines.
I don't think it was quite that long ago. I think it was like 2016. But
possibly, mate. Yeah,
that was the one with the sliders on the original, wasn't it?
It was,
instead of proper pots, it was two slidey things. Yeah,
yeah. And I've always wanted to try one, and I know that like if I wanted to play one, the Xander Effects one is one that will be good. And I played that, and I loved that. Again, it was just this horrible, like glitchy, nasty fuzz, and it was very good.
Your man from Ritual had one of those.
He did. I didn't try that one. I didn't try, because that's the fuck me, what was that called? It's Harma, for harmonic percolator.
No, to be fair, I don't think we tried any of the little pedals from.
No, we went straight to the.
We just went straight for the big ones that did weird stuff.
Yeah, we went, okay, these ones look cool. Yeah, I know what a treble booster sounds like. We can skip that.
Can we do the one that has about 16 knobs on it and we don't know what any of them do?
Yeah, I want the one that's literally fucking called Evil. Like, give me that one. Let me play that one. And he quite happily obliges. So, like, the Xander stuff, as always, very classy, and just massive hats off to our man, to Alex, because that's pretty fucking legendary to pull off an entire effects pedal expo. And it would be like, it was scheduled for like 2019, and then obviously the world shut down. And then he tried to schedule it again and again, and it had to be like shut down because like the worlds just weren't open. And it was a bit of a risk doing it now as well, because it was like, we are out of lockdown. Like, there's been a bit of time since everyone's kind of stopped caring about COVID, but you've still got people out there who are quite skeptical. So there was a bit of uncertainty, but he thought, you know what, if we don't do it now, we're never going to do it. And it really was the right thing.
Do you know if there's a plan for another one?
I hope so.
There's not been any announcements yet, but there's been such good feedback from like all of the people that I spoke to, like the punters and all of the people exhibiting as well. There was a massive vibe about it. So fingers crossed.
Everyone loved it.
Fingers crossed it will happen. So yeah, that was just fucking awesome. I think we might have another little chat about FX Bow stuff at the end because we've got another few interviews, but we have got some other things to do. We've got some hot takes that we need to go through this week. We've got a little bit of that. I've also got some personal news which I feel I need to get off my chest.
You're finally coming out.
Have you tested positive for something else?
Positive for hairy man love, by the sounds of it, Josh. No, it's something amplifier related, but we'll talk about that a little bit later because now is the time for Josh. Oh my gosh, it is Josh. You're going to take us through the hot take because we already wrapped up the hot take from last week, so we've got all of that housekeeping's done. This is straight onto hot take this week. What are we saying?
So, I have come to the
that was
conclusion. Quick. Yes. You see, that is literally the funny thing. That's not the first time I've heard that.
Sorry, I've completely ruined your train of thought there.
No, it's fine. So, this kind of hot take comes in two parts. That's what she said. Rare gear doesn't necessarily, like, it could be an amp, it can be guitar, whatever. Just because it's rare doesn't necessarily mean it should be more expensive.
Yeah.
And secondly, just because it's rare doesn't necessarily mean it's any better.
Okay. Right.
And I am kind of, what brought me to this point was I was scanning through Reverb and I saw a guitar that came out that was used to be built in about 2008, 2007, Korean factory made, and brand new. They were £900 to £1,000, maybe a little bit over that, from what I can remember vaguely.
Yeah.
And then there was one now for sale on Reverb for £3,100 because it was discontinued and rare. And I'm not being funny, but it's still a factory-made guitar in Korea. It doesn't necessarily... It's not like just because it's rare doesn't mean the guitar's any better. You can buy the exact same spec.
Yeah, the same model, but without the finish, kind of.
Yeah. It was an older body construction. It had EMGs. It had the Floyd Rose. Like, you could pick
one of those up for days, yeah, and
yeah,
£700 like a Korean one. Well, probably more like 900 these days, but
yeah. So why on earth, just because it's rare, is it £3,000 worth?
Can I jump in here?
You can.
So my partner is somebody who's got an art degree. She did a degree in fine art, and I'm going to draw some analogies with the fine art work, and I'm going to start with a sculpture by a guy called Piero Mazzoni, who was an Italian artist in 1961, and he shit in some cans, and I'm not even joking. He put 30 grams of his own feces in some cans and sealed it.
See,
he did this 90 times and then sold them. The most recent one that sold went for $1.7 million US.
I was worried when you started talking about fine arts that this was going to go seriously highbrow. But thank you, Matt. Thank you. You've brought it straight back to Fret Talk.
So what I'm saying is,
shit.
I could put 30 grams of human feces in a can and seal it.
Yes.
And it would be the same as this, but my shit wouldn't go for £1.7 million like this guy's is. So it's not about the fact that, we could get the same
repeatable
type of guitar from the same place, manufactured in the same way. It's about the fact that you can't get that particular
specific
one.
Shit. Yeah.
Those people have decided that this man's shit is worth money because he was famous. And it's the entire artwork. If you Google people like Rothko, who's a really famous artist, and his works go for millions and millions of pounds, and they're generally one or two rectangles on a piece of canvas.
It's a bit like we were talking about the Klon at the show.
Yeah,
we were
saying about the guy who builds the Klon occasionally builds he would go through phase where he'd build like 10
Yeah, like original
Stick them up
specs.
for all-
Yeah.
Original spec. You build 10 of them, and they stick them up on eBay. You wouldn't stick them up at a designated price. He just
Put like a minimum 99p.
Start the bidding at 99p, and then just let eBay decide how much they were worth.
Yeah, and the people decide, don't they? The people decide.
And that's the way it is. And like the art world is kind of the extreme of it because, you know, you get this stuff that like a child could do that, you know, looks absolutely stupid, and it's just some guy has basically put some paint in his mouth and drooled on his fucking piece of canvas. And people will throw millions of pounds at it because it's got a name on it. So it doesn't matter whether the thing is good, it's not about, I mean, the artist's shit sculpture kind of proves that. I mean, he calls it a sculpture, it's a shit in a tin, but whatever. Like,
I'm sorry, but the name of this podcast now needs to be shit in the tin.
But the value is not in the actual thing itself. It's in
the perception, isn't it?
Consensus and the perception of the people who think that it should be valuable because it's a piece of art. And art, this is what I hate about art. Like, I'm not a fine art person at all, because I think if you're going to own something that you want to hang on a wall, you should want to look at it.
Yeah.
And most really famous artworks are generally terrible. Like, some of the most expensive pieces of art in the world are just like some different colours blobbed on a canvas, or like I say, Rothko painted some rectangles and sells it for millions. And like some of them, yes, there are some like really fancy paintings that look quite good, but there's also fucking just nonsense that people have decided that, oh, this guy was good and therefore everybody wants this guy. And even though you can replicate 99% of what happens, someone will test a piece of paint and go, well, actually, this wasn't Rothko. This was painted with some paint in the 1990s instead of the 1960s. Therefore, even though it looks identical, it's worth 40 quid as opposed to 18 million pounds. And it's just nonsense. But that's exactly what you go back to this guitar. Just because it's made in Korea and you can get a similar spec from the same place now, because somebody at some point has decided that this is the price and one person paid that, other people will jump on it and decide. Like, the 59 spec Les Paul is kind of what everyone says, oh, you know, the 59 it's the holy grail model. But like 80% of them are fucking terrible because the quality control just wasn't there in the 50s. So like most of them play like absolute fucking dog crap, and they literally sit in a safe and accrue value because 59 is the year. There's like 3 or 4 of them that people actually think are great guitars.
But then
Kirk Hammett owns one of them. Like,
yeah.
But then also, you know, that comes on to the part that he doesn't necessarily make it any better at the same time.
Yeah, should it be worth it? I think
that second point is that, like, I definitely agree with you that just because it is like this coveted thing and just because you've spent so much money on it doesn't make it a good item. I think I'm absolutely with you there, but I think there's a lot of people that would disagree with you that it is good regardless of whether it is a fantastic guitar or not. It's good because it's this unique thing, and I hate that. But
money talks, doesn't it?
People,
I have
out there.
I have noted down.
Like, I guess I could kind of describe it. Would be like, you know, you get in turn. I'll get this. Hopefully, this will be the right metaphor. But you know, you've got your bumper Argos value guitar. It's you know, it's shit quality. So and you know, the value is pretty shit as well when you think about it.
Yeah,
and
like low cost, low actual quality. So we're talking kind of Walmart.
Obviously, and then obviously there's that steady increment of where the value goes up, and then the quality also, you know, kind of goes up with it in like a, you know, you would say like a horizontal chart sort of stuff.
Well, it's exponential, isn't it? Like the more you pay, the more the quality, like the more quality control isn't it? But then like, it levels off.
Then it levels off because it can't just keep going and going and going. Like, okay, yes, Kirk Hammett paid, was it $2.5 million for Greenie or something like that?
But I don't think he's ever actually disclaimed how much he'd spent on it, and I think every time anyone's asked him, he's like been like, "No, I'm not saying."
Yeah, because
I believe he's selling it at the moment.
Is he?
I've read on the internet.
Then it was
selling
true.
it to someone who'll actually play it properly.
Are we gonna team together, guys? Are we all gonna chip in? See what we can offer. I mean, I've got a few packets of Quavers.
I've got half a can of Pepsi Max.
There we go. We're off to a strong bid already.
One used Vicks nasal inhaler.
Like with free COVID.
With free COVID.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I mean that'll afford you a couple of days off work. So, you know.
Kirk, we're listening.
Yeah.
Kirk, you know where we are.
That's it.
So it's the same sort of thing. Like you'll see people on Reverb and they'll sell, I don't know, they'll sell something stupid like a fucking truss rod cover from 1960, but they'll list it for £75.
Yeah.
What are you playing at?
Because it's from 1960. It's got the tone. It's got the tone of 1960.
60s tone. Yeah.
It's got the tone of my scrotum. That's what it's got.
What you're probably getting there is like
Scrotum was made of the same metal for a neck plate from 1960 was.
it's gonna be like perspex, isn't it? Like not perspex, like a kind of acrylic kind of material.
I don't know. One of them's synthetic.
So, yeah, I think we've probably exhausted that one. We've argued mainly with each other. I don't know if we've argued both sides, but
it kind of works with many things because you've got like the Tom DeLonge Strat, as we said. We've got the Klon, as we said. You can go on about how many Gibsons, how many Fenders, Marshalls, Mesa Boogies. The Revision F was I think they were made in 92. I think, just because it's older doesn't necessarily mean it's any better.
No, I peaked at 25, I'll be honest.
I think
I'm not getting any better.
Peaked at 25, I'll let you know.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks for that. Cheers.
I'm not far off.
Yeah, I am, unfortunately.
Getting close. Not quite there. I'll let, I'm 25 next year.
Indeed. Right, so, I mean, we
Why have we got a child on the podcast?
to keep us grounded so that we don't just constantly
That's why we have
shout
to
at
do it
clouds.
over Zoom. Adam can't come too close to me.
Ian Watkins likes this.
Not the guy, yeah, not H from Steps. Let's just put
old.
that out there. So we're going to put up a poll in the Fret Talk podcast group. Vote on which you think is correct. I don't even know how I'm going to word this. So one of the options might be Bob Vance refrigeration. Like,
It's basically going to be older equals better and more expensive, and the second is
choo choo. I'm getting on that hype train. It probably will be something like that. So yeah, like both me and Ollie alluded to playing a Klon a little bit earlier. I think that deserves a little bit of space, doesn't it? A little bit of gravitas. So at the show, a stand called Joe's Pedals, purveyor of all things vintage and good
And weird.
Yeah. There was just like some
And ear blowing.
real tasty picks. Yeah, you switched on a pedal that was clearly very loud because I heard it. I was standing probably about 5 foot away from you, and you had headphones on.
You were about 8-9 feet away. I turned the pedal.
No,
on this pedal board.
I like my head instantly turned and went, "Fuck, that's loud, isn't it?" And you said, "What?"
Yeah, my ears rang after a split second of whatever that pedal was.
But yeah, so there was like loads of mixtures of like really cool, like choice old gear. There was like an old tone bender on there, weren't there? There was an old colour sound. There were a few like choice pieces, but there was also a little what can only be described as like an MDF board with two pedals zip tied to it. There was a Klon KTR and an actual full blown $5,000 worth of Klon. Yeah, $5,000 worth of Klon. And basically, our Joe, I think, who was the guy for Joe's pedals. Okay. I assumed his name was Joe. Maybe he is. But that guy, we shall know him as Joe. He basically set it up as an experiment and just went, people say that this $5,000 pedal is better. I don't think that's the case. I'm going to let you choose with your ears which is the better of the two. Play them. And a lot of people were afraid because it's $5,000 worth of pedal. We initially passed up the opportunity, says no. But then we mulled it over and thought, actually, how often do you get the chance to try an actual real Klon? So we did. We tried it. And they're pretty much the fucking same.
Yeah. You have to, the KTR's got more gain, but you can set them to sound exactly the same.
Yeah. Like
if they're not exactly the same, what's a KTR go for? About
400 quid, I think.
About 400 quid. Okay. So there's not $4,500 worth of difference.
Yeah.
If there is any difference.
But
the KTR, I openly admitted when I went to plug in, I was like, I don't really like the Klon sound. It's never done anything.
As you were plugging it in, you're saying to the guy who spent what is like pretty much $6,000 on a real Klon and a KTR. You went to him.
The guy who spent more money on that pedal than I have on any car I've ever owned.
Absolutely. You went like open face to him, just went, I don't like Klons. Anyway, let me try your Klon.
Yeah, I don't like the Klon sound, but it's not every day you get to play one, so I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
And they're all right.
It was fine. So the comparison that I made slightly before this podcast was that I played a £25 Mosky Klon for the No Talk Tone last week, I think. And I preferred that to both the KTR and the real Klon. Mainly because the Mosky sounded a bit more like a blues driver. So it had a slightly more kind of tweedy gain structure.
Better.
So what you're saying is you liked the one that didn't sound like a Klon.
You like that version of the Klon that sounded nothing like a Klon. That's great, that is.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So, but now I've got the basis of comparison. I can tell you that a Mosky Klon sounds good, but it doesn't sound like a Klon. I can tell you that now because I've got that in the tone wank bank. That's right in there.
It's not something everyone will get to do is play a Klon. It'd be like plugging into a Dumble.
Yeah, and we said that
play through a Dumble amp. Oh, it's probably not going to be my vibe because I tend to drop tune and play high gain stuff. But if someone says, "Do you want to plug into a Dumble?" you're probably not going to say no.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Bring that guy's Klon over as well. I want to run that into it.
It's like, would you like a go on Scarlett Johansson? Well, I'm not going to be rude and say no.
I'm not sure how much that works. I'm not sure.
Because let's be honest, I'm never going to get to play a Klon. I'm never going to get to play a Dumble. I'm certainly never going to get a chance on Scarlett Johansson. But if the opportunity came my way, am I going to say no?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Again, I'm not sure that's how that works. But
no, that's absolutely how that works.
2 pumps and it's game over.
I mean, at least it'd be a quick experience for her. But it's not how that works.
It is. It's exactly the same.
Yeah, God, the thoughts and opinions of Joshy Josh do not reflect those of the Fret Talk podcast. Just putting that out there straight. Just disclaiming that. Jesus fucking Christ. But there we go. Yeah, so we got to try a real faux real life Klon. And
okay, I was judging by the way, when you're playing it or whatever.
Yeah.
What would you actually realistically set it as like budget wise? What would you be prepared to pay for it? And I know this is sound really stupid asking budget pedal chap.
Yeah, 40 quid.
Yeah, £3.50 in a packet.
40 quid because it's quite a big enclosure. So I'm okay with the fact that the enclosure is going to cost a little bit of money. 40 quid. Like there aren't that many components in it. I'm not paying extra for the goop that's in the back of it. like it's a bit awkward because it's a big pedal and it's not like the jacks are in weird places and all this. 40 quid, final offer.
I don't think you're going to win.
No, the KTR I'd probably want more, although the knobs on the KTR are fucking stupid. They're like in a weird like diagonal line.
I prefer the design of the KTR.
I like that personally.
Yeah, but none of them have any like any markings on either. Whereas like the standard Klon has got like gain, treble, and volume.
Oh yeah, okay.
These don't have any markings, so
you don't even know what you're changing until you try it.
No, but even then, like you're changing the volume, like the output volume on a Klon, and changing the gain on a Klon. Very similar experiences because it's a light gain drive.
Am I right in saying on the KTR as well? Hasn't that got internal dip switches? I know there's one of them that has internal dip switches.
It's I think it's something to do with the buffer.
Oh, okay. So it's like a switchable buffer.
Yeah, I think there's a switch. I may be talking out of my backside.
The whole point of the Klon was the buffer.
And also, you've got a pedal that is 4 times the size of any other pedals and has 3 controls on it. You couldn't put that fucking switch on the outside.
No, it's on the side next to one of the output jacks.
Yeah, the KTR is much smaller as well.
Yeah.
Like it is it's approaching the size of a normal pedal. It's a little bit bigger, but it's approaching the size. So it's almost useful. Almost.
Okay. So the switch, I don't know exactly what the switch does, but the way it's labeled is fantastic. So on one side it says almost always better, and on the other side it says almost always worse.
Yes.
It doesn't say what it does. I'm pretty sure it's the buffer.
Well, there you go. You put it on the almost always better, because almost always is most of the time. That's how
I have a very similar switch on the back of my neck.
Almost always better.
I think I'm going to stick with Josh's Wish clone.
Yeah. Is that he's got a picture of My Little Pony on his?
No,
yours has got a picture of a dick on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I drew a picture of a dick on it, which I'm not sure how I'm going to get when I actually film the video with it. I'm not sure how I'm going to get it around the fucking censorship.
So all you need to do is like put a little bit of like painter's tape over the end of the tip.
But it's a Wish Klon. I can't do that. It'll decrease the value.
There we go. Standard. I think that's probably the place where we end the podcast, isn't it? Where we played the most expensive gear we'll ever play in our life.
Hang on a minute. You didn't even talk about the best thing that came out of the FX Expo.
What was that?
I wasn't aware that there's a Razor Dead coming with an Octava in it.
Oh shit! Yes. Go on. We will
awesome.
absolutely talk about that. We talked to Stuart Tate. We did an interview with him, which he weren't going to mention the octave Raise the Dead. So I fully took it upon myself because I knew that it was my duty as a quote unquote journalist. I mean, I'm even laughing at that, but like journalist,
yeah,
to report that, and we did. So I tried the Siren Scream again. Siren Scream's awesome. I love it.
Siren Scream.
Yeah. Rodent 308, which I thought was just in the Lockdown series, is now a real thing. He's got like basically a rat that's based on an actual vintage rat using vintage rat components. So if you want a rat that actually sounds like a rat,
old bits of rat,
yeah, made with real old bits, mushed up rat just shoved into the enclosure. He also does like a vintage correct fuzz face as well, like the Germanium fuzz face, with a pickup simulator, so it's not a little whiny bitch. Like if you decide to put it anywhere but the front, which is cool. But the big thing was the Raise the Dead, silicon Raise the Dead, but with a second foot switch. What does that foot switch do? I hear you say, it initiates chaos. It is.
It's fantastic, is what it is. I tell you, if he had sold me that pink prototype, I would have bought that.
Yeah.
And then,
oh no doubts. So we were going through. I think it was a Cab M Plus, which is like a Basically, like a fancy IR thingy, weren't it?
No, his was Tate's was a HX Stomp.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, because it was the blue one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which generally, they act a bit like an amp, but digital. You're not really getting all that feedbacky goodness that you usually get in front of a loud amp. With the Raise the Dead octave one, there was a note on his guitar which just would not shut up. I just played the note and it was.
You two were stood talking. I was playing the guitar, and you just looked over and was like, "That's still going."
Still going.
Yeah, still going.
Still going.
It's like it's been 20 odd seconds. It's still going.
Yeah.
Playing through headphones.
I am hyped as fuck for that because I mean the Razor's Dead I already describe as a smile machine. Like, with an octave fuzz version of it just sounds.
Speaking of smile machines, did people
incredible.
enjoy my Germaniac fuzz? Because that put smiles on my face.
Indeed, yes. Again, like very, very crazy sounding fuzz. Very crazy.
It's just
So
great.
much fun.
Indeed.
I love an octave fuzz.
Indeed.
I own 4
I'm a little
octave
bit glad he
fuzzes.
wouldn't sell me that pink prototype, though. Although I do want a pink version of it, because otherwise I'd have more octave fuzz pedals than I own of any other kind of pedal.
Indeed. And as we know, that mantle should be held by tube screamers. You should have more tube screamers than anything else.
Yeah.
Or mojos. Which
I think I currently have more wah pedals than anything else.
Okay, Kurt.
Why do you need anything? Sorry, we've had this argument before, but just buy a Dunlop and throw the rest of them away.
That's it.
I've got the Tremonti wah and the Petrucci wah.
Why am I expecting the Tremonti wah to also have a tremolo built in?
No, it does have a boost built in.
This is additional Tremonti involved.
So it's got
Come
a
on,
boost
make
built
it happen.
in, so it's exactly the same as the Slash wah.
Or the they do one, the spring loaded one.
535Q.
Yeah, that one. It's got the active Q control and the boost.
The Petrucci one's just got loads of like internal dip switches. It's basically I think they described it as basically the rack-mounted version of the Crybaby.
Oh, nice.
But then, like, if you wanted to, I don't know, change something on the fly, I got to take my pedal apart, I'm going to find a dip switch.
Yeah. No,
Or alternatively, you could have a normal Crybaby and go, oh, I want to change that. Oh, wait, I can't.
Who wants to change a normal Crybaby?
Yeah.
That's the wah sound.
Crybaby
That
is
is the
the best
sound of a wah.
Why fuck with perfection?
Actually,
Come on.
the original wah was a Vox.
It was.
The Clyde
but the
McCoy.
Crybaby sounds just like the fucking Vox, and anyone who says different is lying to themselves.
Yeah, they all fucking sound the same. Come on now.
If Joe from Joe's Pedals is listening, next year we need an original Vox wah and a Crybaby next to each other and see if anyone can hear the difference.
No,
Yeah,
what
but
we need
all,
is
but
a
all
wiring...
stapled to the MDF so that you can't use it with your feet.
Yeah.
So you're having to.
You have to hit a chord and like
One
whack
of your
it with
mates
your
has to
hand.
do the flip.
That's it. This is
we
a two-player
need
game.
An octave fuzz, but in a wire enclosure so you can control it.
Morley did that, I think. Morley did fuzz.
I've got a better idea. Have the fuzz and it's always on, but have a treadle that will make you do like a whammy effect. So you've got a whammy fuzz.
So what? So it'd be the whammy before the fuzz.
And
Put
after
whammy wherever the
and
fuck-
during.
Well, you could have it because we know
Put
how
the
much
whammy
Matt loves
in
the
the effects.
internal dip switches. You could have an internal dip switch that puts it before or after the fuzz.
No,
Right,
you just have it in an effects loop and have it in the fuzz.
Gentlemen, I think we've devolved here. There was definitely a course that I was steering, and then we're suddenly onto fucking wah pedal. Damn it!
Whammy,
Right,
whammy fuzzes.
that's
Whammy
it.
fuzz.
Right, so this is the end of the podcast. It's happening, guys. Just deal with it. We're extending a thank you to our listeners. You are amazing. We're extending an extra special thank you to our Patreon backers, who this week might even have an extra special bonus episode. What? We never do that? Well, we thought we'd treat you. If you want to be on that train, $2 a month will get you that bonus content. So you go patreon.com/frettalk and find out the deets. I mean, you can pay more than $2. I'm not saying that's all you have to pay. Come on, give us some money. Give us some money. If you are one of these people, you also get your name shouted out at the end of the podcast, like this: Mr. Andrew Bimson, Mr. Adam Yeomans, Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and the Just Surprise Me podcast. We've got Mr. Hugh G. Erection.
Way.
That we do. We have got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. And we have got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast and the Second Button podcast, which I was listening to today. And it is better than Seinfeld. I've not watched any Seinfeld. I watched too much Seinfeld, and now I'm having to wait for them to catch up with me.
Anything is better than Seinfeld.
I mean, the podcast is definitely worth checking out because it's really funny, even if you don't like Seinfeld. But there you go. Listen,
one of the podcasts you named is threatening to have Mr. Huge Erection on the podcast.
I have heard this. I have.
So
I mean,
might get to find out the identity of Hugh.
Indeed, it's going to be a bag of dicks, isn't it? That episode.
It's going to be a hard episode to film.
Indeed.
Yes, I believe Huge Erection is going to be on the Masters of the Cinematic Universe podcast.
Booyah. So, find out. Yeah, make sure you're part of that. Make sure you subscribe to all of those as well, because it is well good. Like, those podcasts are well good. I especially like the Masters of the Cinematic Universe. I listen to that religiously. If you want to catch me online, you go BudgetPedalChap at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube is, of course, the home to the No Talk or Tone series and the No Talk or Tone Versus series, which this week features the Mojo Mojo versus the Mojo Mojo, but in purple.
No, it's not the Danish Pete version.
No, it's not. It's the Paul Gilbert version, which is slightly different. It's got a switch that does something. Matt, we can find you at Hill_MattQ at most places.
Yeah, Twitter and Instagram.
There we go. Josh, we can find you at
Joshy ZK and the Guitar Geeks podcast.
Woo. Also, an excellent podcast. Check that out.
Had a new episode out as well this week.
You did, yeah. I've yet to download that one, but I will because I'm running out of podcasts for this week, and that will definitely fill my hole.
Whee.
Indeed. I can't wait for Huge Erection to fill my hole, though.
Oh.
And Ollie, where can we find you, aside from the obvious Ollie Miles music?
So at the moment, still playing with Neptune Rain. So we are Neptune Rain. I think we're getting some gigs coming out soon, and there's going to be some more music and all the stuff that you expect from a band.
Cool.
Yeah, we are Neptune Rain.
Excellent. Nice one.
Good one.
So that is us for this week. From myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. From Ollie Miles of Ollie Miles Music. From Mr. Josh, oh my gosh. And Mr. Matt Quine. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Woohoo. It will be a tatty bye and good night for this week.
Bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Oh, he's not bowing to peer pressure.
Waving, you just can't see it.
When a clock is hungry. So did you get that? When a clock is hungry,
Yeah.
it goes back 4 seconds.
Jesus wept.
Oh, that's the one.